His strong basics and innovative ideas have delighted taste buds around the world. Chef Edward Kwan embarks on an Asian culinary tour alone. But why?
The great chefs become lots of different blood of experience.
Edward Kwan learns about various Asian cooking styles and introduces hot fusion recipes.
Please, bon appetit.
Will his dishes dazzle Asia? This week, it's off to the vast plains of Ulan Bator in Mongolia.
Hi, how are you?
How did Edward end up as a guest at a Culinary Institute? And startling events he never had to experience in other countries. It doesn't get any more real than this. The spectacular culinary journey in Mongolia begins now. Mongolia is a country going through rapid change of capitalism after a long period of socialism. It has a long history of nomadic culture, which gives it a very unique cuisine.
Viewers, finally I arrived at Ulan Bator, capital of Mongolia. Right next to me, the first king of Mongolia. His name is Genghis Khan. I'm sure you know. We go and check it out. What kind of food in Mongolia they usually taste it and put onto their plate. I'm very excited at the moment. Come with me.
Edward first goes to meet Mongolia's top chef. Is there a chef he knows in Mongolia?
I have no idea, but as far as what I know, I'm going to the 5-star hotel because I don't know anybody in Mongolia, especially in Ulan Bator. So I try to go and see the hotel and asking the chef, and then I'm sure he might know something.
The place he decides to randomly visit is Ulan Bator's Ramada Hotel. Ramada Hotel has numerous chains around the world and is famous for its top chefs and facilities. Will he be able to meet with the executive chef?
Hello, hi. If you don't mind, can you speak to chef? I'm from Korea. My name is Edward. I've heard that this hotel is one of the top hotel in Ulan Bator. If you don't mind, can you ask the chef?
Okay.
Just tell him. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Soon, the executive chef appears.
Hi, chef.
안녕하세요.
한국말 할 줄 아세요?
네.
한국 분이세요?
네. 권영민 씨.
예, 반갑습니다. 반갑습니다.
Chef Lee Dong-yeol, the executive chef of this hotel, is from Korea. Edward gets a chance to learn how to make koritel shul, a mutton noodle soup. First, flatten flour dough with a rolling pin and cut into 4 pieces.
이게 좀 다르네요.
네, 여기는
네.
이제 이 상태에서 바로 썰어서 저희 나라는 사용하고 있지만
네.
이것을 한번 구워서 사용을 하고 있습니다.
구워서 쓴다고요?
네.
Each piece of dough is lightly cooked first. But why?
제가 봤을 때는 육수에 들어갔을 때 좀 더 시간을 지연시키는.
The broth is ready. There's a startling secret hiding in the broth.
네, 이 안에 지금 양의 머리가 좀 들어 있습니다.
The head of a lamb? No kidding.
미안하다.
After cutting the dough, put some lamb leg meat with salt in the broth, and that's it. The finishing touch is green onions. And the koritel shul is ready to be served. It's Mongolia's very unique lamb recipe.
Finally, the noodle dishes are ready. The smell. So, let me taste first.
Mutton noodle soup, koritel shul. What does it taste like?
Basically, the food is quite interesting. The lamb head, basically, there's not a lot of fat. So, I was expecting the broth will be very clear and then clean. It was very interesting dish.
To find out the true traditional flavors of Mongolia, Edward heads to a gur, introduced to him by Chef Lee Dong-yeon. The early winter weather took away the green grass, but the plains are nonetheless beautiful in their vastness. The drive continues for 2 hours.
아, 옆에 게를 보이네요. 오.
And finally, the gur comes into view. Nomads must move with the changing seasons. It is now the time of the year to move into winter homes, and there are only 2 gurs left.
Finally, I arrived here. I mean, it was such as a around long hour trip, around 2 hours from Ulan Bator to actually coming to here.
Is this the gur he was supposed to come to?
어유, 이뻐. 이쪽. Hello, hello, hello. 네네.
시골집에 오면은
네네.
그 개를 잡으세요라는 말을 몽골말로 해야 되거든요.
개를 잡으세요.
힘이 오는 뜻이에요.
네.
그래서 너하라고 좀 큰 소리를
아, 쉽게 얘기해서 개가 크고 막 있으니까 빨리 개를 좀 잡아주세요. 아, 그렇게 얘기를 하는군요. 너하하라, 너하하라. 샌베너. 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. 혹시 이 집이 나사 씨네 집이 맞습니까? 아.
Mrs. Rasa happily welcomes him into the house.
샌베너.
Edward enters the ger, a mobile hut of nomads, for the first time in his life. It's more spacious than he thought and very well equipped. It's unique in that the room is divided for men and women.
제가 사실 이 게를 온 이유가 있습니다. 몽골에서만 볼 수 있는 전통적인 양요리가 있다. 이 발음이 힘드네요. 이 몽골말이 생각보다 쉽진 않네요. 그 허흑라는 요리를 한번 배워볼 수 있어요.
무슨 단조들이 주셔서 하나 갖다 하나 하서 일치했잖아. 일치해서 다시 놨지.
나가 있습니다.
잡아야죠. 다 되니까 가르치면.
자, 이제 허흑을 해야 되는데.
아, 저도 가다 했던 이들이 나간 그림 바스 두치.
Edward busily tends to his task.
이게 거의 돌 수준이네. 돌 수준.
좀 이나 같이 썼다는 게
새는. 냄새가 안 나네요.
같이 차라 오늘 갖고.
He's come all the way to Mongolia, and he's busy picking up cow dung. Who said the world of cuisine lacked adventure? Go Chef Kwan. Thanks to his hard work, he comes back with quite a load.
이만큼 가져오면 되는 건가요? 괜찮아요?
After sprinkling oil on the mound, a fire is lit up.
생각보다 불이 잘 붙네요.
They must get a lamb while the fire builds.
정말 말 몇 번 안 타봤는데.
아까 이 말이더니 너무 커.
저거요? 이거. Like that?
To catch a lamb from the flock that's far away from the ger, they must get on horses. After about 10 minutes on horseback, the two arrive where the sheep are grazing. But how's he supposed to catch a lamb? Right then, the nomad charges towards the flock with a long stick. First attempt, fail. Second attempt, fail. Third attempt, fail. And the fourth?
양을 잡았습니다. And basically their life is always horse riding, and then basically the lambs and live with the actual animals.
That evening, one lamb is sacrificed for dinner. The meat is cut in large portions and put in the pot with vegetables. A unique detail is the stones, heated in the fire and added to the pot. Just a little salt and the preparation is over. The pot is placed on a furnace in the ger, covered with newspapers and a lid. It is cooked for 2 hours, pressed with stones.
It's kind of like Korea. We have the rice cooker using the actually pressure, the steam cooking pressure. So basically they put onto actually a big stone, so it gives you actually the heavy weight on top of the actually pot. I believe after 2 hours it will be beautiful and fantastic and so tender lamb meat you can taste it.
It's been 2 hours. How does it look? Mongolia's traditional Hurhug, ready to be enjoyed. Even without any water, the meat looks moist and appetizing. Hurhug is enjoyed without any side dishes. It's just meat and vegetables. What does it taste like?
So this potato is such as amazing. The salt and also lamb fat, it gives a lot of actual flavor. Once they heat up the actual stone, they put it into the pot, it becomes like a smoky.
It's a simple recipe, but the making and sharing of Hurhug with the nomads was more than meaningful for Edward. The next day, Edward returns to downtown Ulan Bator. He visits a Culinary Institute to meet with Ertan who enjoys nationwide fame in Mongolia.
Hello. Hi, how are you? Nice to see you. My name is Edward. I'm looking for Chef Ertan Hu. Thank you. Thank you very much.
He decides to wait until the class ends.
Oh, Chef. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Nice to see you. 반갑습니다.
Chef Ertan is a famous chef in Mongolia who runs a restaurant and a culinary institute. Edward unexpectedly gets to join his culinary class.
Hi, how are you?
자, 서독세야. 알타르트 더거치 에드워드 콩게트.
반갑습니다. 제 이름은 에드워드 권이고요. 한국에서 왔습니다. 개인적으로 이렇게 셰프 에르텐 후와 함께 여러분들과 함께 또 음식을 배울 수 있는 시간이 있어서 개인적으로 정말 기분 좋고요. 정확하게 몽골 음식의 특징 중에서 뭔가 좀 구분할 수 있다면 무엇이 있을까요?
Тэгэхээр монголчуудын одоо уламжлалт хоол хүнсийг бол 3 ангилдаг манай судлаачд гэж үздэг л дээ. Нэг нь улаан эдэ, хоёр дахь нь цагаан эдэ, гурав дахь нь ногоо эдэ.
Red food symbolizes the meat of the animals raised or hunted by Mongolians. White food symbolizes dairy products made with the milk of various animals. Green food symbolizes the wide variety of vegetables. The recipe which Chef Ertan will share today is banchi techa, milk tea with dumplings. To make dumplings, first mince meat and add meat from a lamb's tail.
Монгол хүн болгоо өсөхтэй бол нэг хүүхд тахтаа хөгч өсдөг шүү дээ. Тэгэхээр бол ер нь бол монгол хүн бол ер нь маш их тийм хүчтэй байдаг нэр нь энэтэй бол.
Something else is added.
Манай ихэнх Эдвард бол мэдчихэж байгаа. Энэ хүмүүл. Ер нь тэгээд бол хоолнд их олон юмыг орох тусмал одоо бол ер нь хоол бол бас тэр хэмжээгээр аюултай.
Only 7 dumplings are made, and this is because 7 is considered a good number in Mongolia. Next, it's time to make the milk tea. First, melt traditional Mongolian butter, which has a sour taste to it, and add in millet. Add flour, water, and Mongolian green tea, and bring to a boil. Add stock made with beef bones. Pour in fresh milk, and add dried beef, and boil with the dumplings for 2 to 3 minutes. Just drop in a dollop of butter to enrich the flavor, and banchi techa, milk tea with dumplings, is ready to be served. It's an invigorating dish that the Mongolian people cannot do without.
자, 그러면 제가 한번 맛을 보도록 하겠습니다.
The unique recipe makes Edward very curious. How does it taste?
basically what he prepared actually broth. He using the 3 different types, which is hot water, and then basically green tea, and also beef bone broth, which is basically you can see all the grain and all the milk inside as well. So it gives you a lot of nutrition. So I think this is perfect dishes. 셰프님 괜찮으시다면 제가 그냥 순간 짧은 시간 동안 아주 간단하게 먹을 수 있는 디시 하나 제가 올리고 갈 수 있는 기회를 주셨으면 좋겠다. 네. I only using this ingredient.
His impromptu dish is chicken breast and cheese salad. Cherry tomatoes and lettuce are cut in edible sizes and placed on a plate. Chicken breast, pre-seasoned with oil and garlic, is grilled and topped on the salad.
When you're using actually sour fruit, like such as apple, once you cook it, and then actually it reduces the actually sour taste and then bring it up to the actually more sweet.
Time to make instant cheese.
Boil the milk and then put the lemon juice.
The vinegar makes the protein of the milk coagulate into cheese.
And then the cheese what we made.
The squeezed cheese is sprinkled on top of the salad. And last but not least is the salad dressing. It's made of chopped green onion, olive oil, peanuts, balsamic vinegar, and pepper. With the sprinkling of the dressing, chicken breast and cheese salad, a thank you dish for Chef Ep09, is complete. It's both nutritious and well catered to Mongolians' fondness of dairy products. It's important to enjoy the cheese, vegetables, and chicken breast all together. And what is the response of Chef Ep09?
ялангуяа энэ салаад, энэ навчтай, тэгээд энэ эдэм, дахиа, за тэгэл энэ алим эдгэрийг бол ингээ хийхэд бас их юутай байх вэ? Хүүхэд бол их тохиромжтой ер нь бол салаад байна.
Edward also offers the salad to students of the Institute. They savor the dish with the same seriousness of the panel for the hot recipe.
Тэгээд нийтлэг талын хувьд гэх юм бол яг ингээд шинэ ногооны салаад нэг ингээд амтгахтууд яг ингээд эсэглэн чимээр юм уу чихэрлэгч юм уу яг ингээд амтыг нь бол яг гаргаж өгсөн нь талтай айгүй гайхалтай байлаа.
Alright, thank you very much. Thank you.
The large part of the journey is over. Edward learned how to make the unique noodle dish, Hurhug, from the top chef of Mongolia. He personally visited a ger to learn the recipe of Mongolia's traditional Hurhug. And from Chef Ep09, he saw how milk tea with dumplings is made. What kind of fusion dish will he introduce here in Mongolia? Today's panel enters. The panel consists of chefs and hotel personnel who helped Edward throughout his journey.
네, 안녕하세요. 에드워드 군입니다. 한국에서 왔습니다. 이번 요리는 제가 여러분들에게 배웠던 음식에서 다시 화답하는 요리로 그 식재료를 써서 다시 제가 할 수 있는 요리에 이 현지에서의 요리로 다시 바꾼 그런 요리를 만들었고요. 조금만 기다려 주시면 바로 음식을 여러분들께 서빙해 드리도록 하겠습니다. 이상입니다. 고맙습니다.
Cooking of the hot recipe begins. Today's hot recipe is actually a 3-course meal. It was inspired by Mongolia's red, white, and green food.
Basically what I prepared is peel the watermelon and cut it as large dice. We're preparing tangerine juice and a little bit of actually grapeseed oil, chopped shallot, a little bit of salt and pepper, and then I put into the apple vinegar.
Watermelon is topped with young spinach, and the feta cheese is sprinkled with port wine reduction and a touch of tangerine dressing. The first dish of green food, watermelon salad with tangerine dressing. The walnuts add nutty richness to the dish.
네, 첫 번째 준비한 음식에 대해 설명해 드리겠습니다. 실질적으로 사실 몽골에서 제가 느꼈던 것이 식재료에 대한 한계성이 어느 정도는 있구나라는 생각을 했습니다. 근데 프루트와 치즈와 너트 종류가 굉장히 잘 어울린다는 것은 일반적으로 많은 셰프들이 알고 계시는 상식이기 때문에 쉽게 편하게 그냥 퍼스트 코스로 시작하시라고 샐러드를 준비했습니다. 즐거운 식사 되십시오.
The panel savors the first dish. Edward chose green food for his appetizer. He created a dish of vegetables, fruit, nuts, and cheese. What does the panel say?
그 몽골의 수박, 그 청량감, 거기에 그런 치즈의 맛과 참 잘 어우러졌고요. 텐저린의 그 상큼한 향이 진짜 코끝을 향기롭게 만들었고요.
Slice of the potato with the onion, and after that put it the cauliflower. Pour a little bit of water and the milk. Boil nicely around 25 to 30 minutes. Put it into the mixer, blender.
Once the soup is ready, Mongolian cheese is coated with flour, eggs, and breadcrumbs and fried. The white food of the course is ready, cauliflower soup with fried Mongolian cheese. It is true to its definition of white food made with Mongolian butter, milk, and cheese. What will the panel say about the second course? Everybody seems to be having fun with the crispy fried cheese. Edventure, who is a nomad, has cleaned his plate. The main dish of the meal is salmon. A pie parade is made with 3 types of bell pepper, onion, ground garlic, and tomato.
Pan fry nicely with the skin side first, and after they put the butter nicely monte with the skin on top of the skin.
Pie parade and pan-fried salmon are placed on the plate, and various vegetables and mushroom pickles go on top. The red food of today's hot recipe, pan-fried salmon with bell pepper pie parade, is also ready. Edward makes the dish a little fun by using salmon, a red fish, instead of meat, which originally represents Mongolia's red food. The last course is served to the panel. Due to Tibetan Buddhism, in which fish is considered holy, fish is not widely used in Mongolian cuisine. Edward wished to present the true flavors of fish to his Mongolian panel. Will the panel understand his intentions?
За энэ бол бас миний яг амьдралдаа бол мартахааргүй тийм ээ. Нэг тийм сайхан амтыг бол миний биенд төдийгүй за миний сэтгэлд бол шингээж өглөө.
버터의 향과 그다음에 껍질의 그 크리스피한 맛이 부드러운 연어의 속살 맛을 더 느끼게 해줬고 정말 이런 음식을 해주신 권영민 셰프한테 다시 한번 감사드립니다.
It's something different. Compared with any other countries where I taste all the food, it's entirely different dishes. They just respect from the natural. So I think once you come to Mongolia, you will have a totally different taste of the world.
Edward's next destination is Indonesia's capital city, Jakarta, where the wonderful dishes and beautiful women welcome him.
All right, thank you very much.
However, this exotic island has a food that makes him gasp.
이게 무슨 우리가 극기 훈련 프로그램도 아니고.
Just what is this shocking food? Tune in next week to find out.